The secret about money and getting out of debt, I learned, was one of my 3 pillars of financial freedom that I implement, which is to lower your expenses, especially your variable, non-fixed expenses. This is one of the ways you're going to be able to keep more of your money, and from there, you can put that money back to paying down your principal debt. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maher Abiad, and I'm here to help you become debt-free and financially dominant. And in this video, I'm gonna show you why it's so difficult to get out of debt because of the near unlimited and endless things and stuff that we can spend our money on, and why this is single-handedly making it so difficult for you to get out of debt. And if you are not in debt, why this concept is so important to know so you do not fall back into the debt trap. I was absolutely blown away when I realized this, that it was so hard to make $1, but it was so easy to spend and throw away and waste money because there were so many more paths to spending than there were ways to making money. And once I started to see this in the world, I became so much more hyper aware of my spending and the fact that my money can be lost within seconds. And this allowed me to really get a handle on my own finances and start putting a dent in my debt repayment. All right, you gotta make sure to stay until the very end of this video, as I'm gonna be showing you the biggest secret to money and getting out of debt that I learned, which has allowed me to see money in a totally different way and has allowed me to regain my happiness and breathe a lot freer. Okay, this is one of the biggest lessons I want you to get out of this video today, and it's this. In this world that we live in, there are millions and millions of products, millions and millions of services. There are endless things, stuff, and ways for us to spend and throw away our money. And not only are there so many ways to spend and lose your money, but it also takes seconds for that money to be gone, whether that be a click of a button while online shopping or a swipe of the credit card while out retail shopping. This is a major problem for those suffering with debt because one important key to paying back debt is limiting expenses. But when you are almost set up for failure from the start, it makes paying back debt so much harder. When I started to look at this world in a different way, I started to see these issues and things I never saw before. I started to see holes in a boat that was constantly leaking. I was in that boat and it was leaking money. And those leaks not only kept me from being able to pay off my debt, but worked to increase the debt amount that I had to pay back. I wasn't going forward, I was going backwards, fast. This was a huge mindset shift for me because I looked at spending in a whole new light. Spending was dangerous because there were so many things I can spend money on that it felt like a black hole. All these things trying to suck money out of me, leaving me with nothing to pay my existing bills or service my current debt, or even worse, not having any cash left over at the end of the day. So here's the real kicker that blew me away. In this world, there are millions of companies trying to sell you billions of products and services, trying to get you to part ways with your hard-earned money to give it to them. There is a daily battle where companies are spending so much money on advertising and promotion, trying to convince you that your money should be with them instead of in your own pockets. It's an endless struggle of trying to hold on to your cash while companies continue to spend to get you to spend. The thing is, even if you don't feel like buying something, because you're constantly bombarded with ads and promotions online, on billboards, walking through the mall, ads on bus stops, even while scrolling on your phone and within social media apps, seeing all these signs of sales and discounts, you subconsciously feel forced to buy and spend money without even realizing it. If there is one thing for you to take away from this video, it's that every day, it's these companies' job to get you to spend. And that directly goes against your best interest because the more you spend, the less cash you have to save up for emergencies, the less cash you have to pay back towards debt, and the less cash you have to invest in your future financial growth. So please keep that in mind next time you see a sign that says sale. You now know their intentions behind it, and it's not always as good as it seems. When it hit me one day, wow, there are so many ways to spend money, and then the light bulb turned on. But there are only a few ways that we can earn money. For a lot of us, we have a job, and that is our only source of income. Some may have a second job or a side gig. Some may be entrepreneurs and be working solely on their own businesses. At the end of the day, I really wanted to show in this video that making money is not easy. There are very few ways to make a consistent income, a job being one of those sources. Add to that it takes a long time to earn money. Just think how much you earn in a day after tax at your job. But on the flip side, it's so easy to spend money because there are so many places and ways you can blow your money. And to spend takes seconds for that money to fly out the door. But for that money to be earned, you have to work really hard, day in and day out, to build up that cash. It may take weeks to earn a $2,000 paycheck, but it takes seconds to spend it. This was a major aha moment for me this last year, as we fight so hard to make a dollar, but we can blow that money out the door so fast without even realizing it. Something important for you to keep in mind as you are going down your wealth journey to financial domination. And if you've gotten even one piece of value so far in this video, make sure to press that like button. It will really help to support the channel. When I started learning about personal development, and I realized one day that there was no one that was going to tell me to, for example, to work out that day, or to work on my business, or eat something healthy, I realized that I had to be accountable to myself. I was the only one that was going to be able to take the right actions or let myself slip and continue to take the wrong actions. And this is a very similar thing to our personal finance journeys. For the most part, if you want to buy something, either because it makes us feel good or we just want it, there's no one that's going to stop us from buying it. And what is worse is that even if we don't have the money to buy it, there are always credit cards, which are one of the biggest things that can get you down the path of even more debt. You see, if you are in debt and if your finances are not where you want them to be, you have to be accountable to yourself and be very aware of your actions when it comes to your spending. If you want to get back on track, get rid of your debt, and become financially stronger, you have to control yourself. And that self-control when it comes to spending is so important, because every dollar you keep in your pocket can then go to paying off this debt that is weighing on your back. So then in the future, you can breathe a lot easier too. Hey, before I go on, if you have a friend or family member that you think would benefit from the content in this video, make sure to share the video link with them and they will surely thank you for it. Listen, at the end of the day, you need to be aware and mindful that this world is a money trap. It's out to get you to spend, spend, and spend. You not only can spend your own money, but you can spend money you don't even have by spending on credit, which just makes things even worse. Be aware that when you go online or go out, there are many entities out there that want your money, but at the end of the day, it's your choice what you do with your hard-earned money and who you give it to that matters. The secret about money and getting out of debt I learned was one of my 3 pillars of financial freedom that I implement, which is to lower your expenses, especially your variable, non-fixed expenses. This is one of the ways you're going to be able to keep more of your money, and from there, you can put that money back to paying down your principal debt. I'm not saying don't enjoy life and don't spend. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that now you're aware that there are a lot more things you will start to see that are making you spend when perhaps you wouldn't otherwise. And you are now aware of what's happening around you, and you're not gonna be taken by surprise anymore. Wake up one day in the future and say to yourself, when you see your debt amount, and say, wow, I didn't see that coming. Thanks so much for sticking until the end. If you got some value out of today's video, make sure to smash that like button right now so others can also get the benefit that you got out of it. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, where I deliver videos every single week on personal finance, investing, and how to finally get out of debt, subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss out on all the incredible upcoming videos. Also, go down right now to the comments and let me know, what are some things you are going to be cutting out of your life so you can finally take back control of your finances and be debt-free. And now you can watch the next video in the playlist in the upcoming end screen, and I'll catch you in the next video.